Hello and welcome back to another review of me, Kevin, from Kevin Grant on Whiskey. It is 2022. Happy New Year, everyone, and I hope everyone had a great New Year and got some great whiskey for Christmas and also New Year. I did say I will start New Year with something new, something that I did buy. If you can already see, I've had this open because I was too eager to try it, so I did try it over the festive period there. We have the Lagavulin 8-year-old. This weirdly has just came into local supermarket in Scotland, I think England as well, Tesco, and it's selling for £38, which is really weird because the 16-year-old is kind of really hard to get now, and now they've got the 8-year-old easily obtainable on a really good price, as if there's something in the water happening. I'm going to pour this in a glass just now, and then we'll get on to some of the taste notes, some of the history, and what I was able to find out, and then we'll get the tasting notes done. So, this is a Lagavulin 8-year-old, Isla Distillery. It's the second most sold whiskey, Isla whiskey. I think Ardbegg's number one, and then Lagavulin and Bowmore fight it out for the second place. I think they're about 2 million bottles a year, something like that. So it's massive, massive amounts are going out there. This 8-year-old is 48% ABV. I was able to find out it's natural colour, non-chill filtered. It was also being used by all refill American oak. So this whiskey has been made for the 200th anniversary, which is in 2016. So from 1816 to 2016, this was made. And if we look closely at the bottle here, it was all down to a man called Alfred Bernard. He has said, "We journeyed through the village of Lagavulin, the mill in the valley, and no prettier or more romantic spot could have been chosen for a distillery. We tasted some 8 years old before starting, which was exceptionally fine." So this was brought out as an exceptionally fine whiskey, and the person behind it that brought this into play was Georgie Crawford, one of the old distillery managers that worked around the Diageo firms. Most recently, she had a huge say in Port Ellen, and now she's moving to Elixir. So what I was able to find out as well, that when this was being made, all the staff that worked at the distillery at the time had a huge say in the makeup to see if it would be right. So it's got a lot more than just a 200-year anniversary to it. It's, a lot of people have been able to say they've helped make this whiskey, which I think is really, really cool. So all the employees at the time have just had a little say. Georgie's approached them, and it's been a huge team effort. It's not just been a one-person job here, which I think is pretty awesome. So we say 200 years old anniversary, 2016 this has came into play. I suspect that it's went into supermarkets. It's going at a really good price, that it might be getting discontinued and there's something else coming out. Are they going to be rebranding soon? There's something going on in the water that I think, but I'm not too sure what is going on. So this whiskey itself, Lagavulin 16-year-old, is what got me into whiskey. I was trying whiskies, thought it just tasted like whiskey. Then I had Lagavulin 16, the first peaty whiskey that I'd ever tried, and I thought, okay, this is completely different from everything else. And that just got the ball really rolling. How was whiskey made? And now I'm head over heels for whiskey. I'll absolutely love it for forever and a day, I think. I think just now we'll get on to the tasting notes, give it a smell, have a look, let's see the colour, let's see what we can break down from this and find if it's everything that we want and more. When I did try this, I just tried it. I wasn't sitting trying to break it down. What can I taste? What can I smell? All I knew is I enjoyed it at the time. So hopefully today we can get a little bit more. As I say, 48% ABV, non-chill filtered, natural colour. It is really, really pale, golden ale, and that's going to be from those refill bourbon casks that they've had, American bourbon. So on the nose, it's got that kind of fresh, sweet, salty air, like maybe sweet popcorn, sweet and salty popcorn. It's light and fresh. It's just a little bit sandy. It's very coastal. It is as if you are on the beach at Isla, letting that water hit you. Just the breeze that comes up, it's really, really nice in the nose. The ABV is not offensive. It's really nice. It's clean. It's crisp. Has those kind of bourbon notes through the soft peat that I'm getting from it. It's more slightly bonfire-esque is what I think they like to perceive themselves as Lagavulin smells, that slight bonfire. I'm not getting it as much. It is just clean, sea breeze, sweet. sweet and salty popcorn on the beach, walking down, sea breeze hitting you on a nice day. That's the description I can give just now. So let's try it on the palette for the first video of 2022. Slange everyone. There's that bonfire. There's that little bit of smoke. Those burnt embers, burnt out wood. The fire's just finished. It's got that kind of the grey char when you see a burnt out barbecue at the end. You know, those kind of little embers with a little bit of heat still in there. Soft spice coming through. There's this clean, again, slightly salty maritime hit coming through. It's like there's a freshness trying to really break through the peat from here. The ppm of this is between 45 and 55. I couldn't find out on the nose exactly what this was, but between 45 and 55 ppm, so it is up there. It's just a fresh... I need to go back for another wee drink here. Burnt out wood that you would use for maybe a homemade barbecue if you were camping, something like that. A kind of burnt wood sweetness coming through again. It's like I can't really put my it's like a crisp apple. It's trying to break through, but there's just a sweetness to it as well. Maybe like apple pie. It's got that little kind of savoury, slightly barley hit to it. Maybe because it's still slightly young in its life of it being 8 years old. So maybe an apple pie is probably what I'm getting. That fresh, really nice, crisp green apples. Pastry from an apple pie, that little bit of sugar on top that's maybe just been burning away beside the fire. That's maybe the best way to describe that. I do have, I forgot my pourer, so I'm going to have to try and eyeball a little bit of water in here. Apologies. So just a little smidge, just to see if it changes anything. I don't think it will. Hopefully we can get a wee close up and you can see how light that is in colour. So a little bit of water in there. It's not changed much. I'm still getting the coastal sweet notes to it. Maybe a little bit of dry seaweed as well now. Just, it's really coastal, really is. That's very enjoyable. The 16-year-old got me into whiskey. I will say that. It's hard to get. I've not had the Lagavulin 16 in a long time. Really enjoying this. I think I would go back out and buy another bottle of this maybe tomorrow if they're still there, just for the price point of £38, just to have sitting. It's very easy sipping. It's not an overly offensive peat monster that you're getting. The balance is sublime, I think, from that sweetness. How they've been able to use the refill American oak, balance out with the ppm, and having it at 8 years old to bring it to that 200th anniversary, it's been phenomenal. Really enjoy it, and I think I'm going to go and buy another bottle. I would recommend, if anyone likes peaty things, something a little bit different, Lagavulin 16, maybe Ardbegs and things. If you do have a supermarket that does sell this, pick it up, try it. It'd be my recommendation. I've got a little bit left. You know what I always do, I like to go sit back and really take it down. This time I can actually go and sit back, try and break it down a little bit more. I have my pen, got my little notepad here, and I just like to write down some other things that I can find from it. But one of the things I'd like to say, thank you for everyone else that's subscribed. It's been a real climb there over the festive period, so welcome to the channel. I hope you do like the content, and everyone else that's been there since day one, again, thank you so much. Love you guys for being here and letting me talk whiskey. I've not got much new whiskey to go by, so I think I'm going to start a new series of maybe a versus challenge, 2 similar whiskies versus each other in a tasting to see what comes out on top, maybe price point as well, so we know if we're going to be buying A or B. So that may be something that we'll do next week, but as always, I'm going to go and sit back, I'm going to relax, enjoy the rest of my Lagavulin 8-year-old, and just do nothing really. But as always, I've been Kevin from Kevin Grant on Whiskey, and join me next week. Let's talk whiskey. Thanks, folks.